Hi, so today I'm going to make a biscuit cake. So this is basically made of leftover biscuits. So I found out that we have a lot of biscuits left and it's going to expire in a month's time. So I thought that let's make some cake, and I've been wanting to make this for a hot minute now. So let's see how it ends up. Boom! And we're in my kitchen. Right, so first things first, this idea is not mine to make biscuits out of cake. To make cakes out of biscuits. It's from this YouTuber called Bake with Shivesh. He's a really cool baker and I love his stuff, so I'll link him down below. Anyway, the 5 things that you do need, or the things that you do need rather, is biscuits, sugar, baking powder, milk, vanilla, and walnuts. Let's see. Hope I don't mess this up like my life. So I've pulled up his recipe here. Oh, he made this in a cooker. Should I make it in a cooker? Mummy! Cooker da! Mama! Amma! Mummy! Amma! Huh? Okay! The first thing you need is to take a blender or a food processor, whatever you have available, and crush all of the biscuits. After that, make it a point that you finely grind this in your blender. Keep in mind that this is the kind of consistency that we are aiming for, and it has to be super finely milled. So we're going to transfer that into the bowl. This is also a good time to say that I have skipped sugar, which is there in the original recipe. Now I'm going to take some long life, low fat milk. This is just in my case, this is what I had available. You can use non-dairy milk, you can use regular whole milk, it's up to you. Make sure you mix the first 2 ingredients really well and make it lump free, because you want the batter to be really smooth and really not too runny but not too thick. So keep mixing till you find the right consistency. This is also when I noticed that it's a little too lumpy and not as runny as I like it to be. For this reason, I'm going to add a splash of milk to improve the consistency. Then the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, so I'm just adding that. Followed by crushed walnuts. I'm also adding a few almonds just because why not? Okay, so this is the editing Jincy coming right at you, and I realized that in my recipe I mentioned baking powder, but I didn't put baking powder because I'm stupid. Add it. Now that the batter is ready, you want to take a steel plate, or you can use a baking pan, whatever you have at hand, and then really oil up your plate. Now that your pan is really greased and ready to go, you can transfer the batter into the pan. After transferring, you really want to level the entire batter into the pan, or in my case, this plate. So I'm just going to use this motion. I found that this really worked for me, so I would really recommend this. I'm making this cake in a steamer by putting some water in it. So I'm asking for help here because the pan was super hot, because I've been preheating it for about 10 minutes by this point. And of course, the last step, put the lid on it and wait for a good 45 minutes. So mine was looking a little dead without the nuts on top, so I've put a little bit of nuts and this is what it looks. I'm gonna close it because you shouldn't be ideally opening any of this, but anyway, that's what it is. Now let's wait. I have 15 more minutes to go. Okay, so it's time. I'm gonna stop that and check the status. I have a fork, dip it in the center. It's still okay. Maybe that's the residue from last time. It's definitely not completely cooked, so I'm going to give it another 5 minutes. Okay, so close that. Alright, so my cake is finally ready. It doesn't look like a cake. In Malayalam we call this appam, so it looks like an appam, but let's cut and see what the situation is. It's very kadak. I don't know what is it that I didn't add. I feel like this could be because I didn't add sugar. Don't know. Any bakers out there, let me know. Woo! Okay, dropping everything. But it looks really nice if you ask me. Now let's do a quick little taste test. Alright, so I guess it's time to taste this. It's definitely not a cake. It doesn't look like a cake to me. It definitely does not look like a cake, but let's taste. Mummy! Ooh! Okay. So it looks like that, but it's so good. Considering the fact that there is zero sugar in this, of course there's a lot of sugar in the biscuits, but still this is so good. But that was successful. This is addictive. Try this. Please do. Oh my god. And I need to make this again. Then I'm gonna figure out how to make it a little fluffy, like a little spongy. Above that, add the damn baking powder. Because this isn't spongy. It's a little hard. It's not hard. It's literally, if you're Indian and if you're South Indian, this is appam. If you know what an appam is, that's the exact texture. Oh, it's so good. Oh my god. If you know what Kinnat appam is, this is exactly that. Successful. It's not a cake, but it's a really good appam. Appam/cake. Well, it was successful. I hope you tried. And if you do, let me know. Here in the comments, I don't know. Just let me know. It's so good. So good. Wow. I'm able to make it half as